Good day once again. My name is Florio. I'm with you with the continuation of the beginner's approach. This is part 10, and we are going to still look at progressions from the chromatic structures or from the chromatic mode. So we are selecting how we can sound or voice the chromatic in our progressions with chords or as notes. We're able to look at one from the dominant or a tall. We played how it is used in the chromatic or how it is being played as a chord. We are going to look at a new one in the key of F with this note from the chromatic. So this is a Do, D, Re, Mo, Mi, Fa, Fi, So, Z, La, To, Ti, Do. So we are going to work on this D note. Yes, the D note is also a note that we apply in our progressions. It's either we apply it in a major mode or as a chromatic move. So assuming you play your triad and you want to voice this D note, it's either you play it as a major because it's an F sharp, or we play it as a D, or we play it in the tonic sofa as a D, but this time as a chromatic move. So assuming we are at a major triad, that's our Do, then we chromatically play it. That is where you hear people sounding or so it's either we play it as a D chord. The D chord will be this way, just like a sixth chord. Then we add the D to it. That's how we voice the chord. So it's either we voice it this way chromatically. So chromatically, wherever you are, either you are here, you just chromatically sound it. Either if you are here, you just chromatically sound it. It's also here, or you add it here. Yes, or you play it as a D chord. This is how the D chord is formed. You can invent it. Take this one here. You can equally invent it. Take this one here. We take the F sharp to this place. This is how the D chord is voiced. We can take this one back to our D. So this is D. Assist. We add this. So the root. Oh, sorry. The root. First invention. We take this one to this place. Then the next invention. Good. So how then do we apply it? The D, or when we voice it chromatically, or when we play it in the major mode. We are going to look at the D and the chromatic move. So the chromatically is when you are at the root, then you just voice it, or at a third end, or at a third, wherever you are, just chromatically sound it. So a D or chromatically sounding it. So how then does it sound when we play it in the D mode? Let's look at that one. So I'm selecting a song, and the song I'm selecting one song from our Ghanaian local pieces, that is Jesus. First of all, look for your key. So this is my key. Jesus, 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 His name is Jesus. Now I'm going to apply the D to it. Jesus, you see, Jesus. So when you are voicing it, your left is either you play it as a chord, or you play it as a note, like a bass note. Then you add your right hand chord this way. So this is your D, your left note. So G, G, Jesus, Jesus, his name is Jesus. Let's look at how chromatically we can chromatically move it or add it to our progressions. So the D chromatically move. Jesus. See, I was at my root, so I chromatically moved it. Or so when I sound it this way, then I play the chord in addition to the D chord, the D in addition to my root, but I just omitted this one. Then I play the root. I play the D, then I come to a 2. Yes, when you apply it, where do we go? So basically, when I'm going to my 2, anytime I'm going to my Re, I can just do the chromatic or I play the D mode. So when I play the D mode, it's either I voice the bass this way or because I have the note inside. So then I come to my 2 or so when you chromatically sound it, that one, it means that we are going to play the D itself. So you chromatically so anytime you play your D note or your D chord or your flat 2 note, when you play chromatically or with the chord, you come to a 2. So assuming there's this song, great thing he has done, great thing he will do, unto the Lord be the glory. So when I'm coming to my 2 like this, glory, I can do be the glory. I've chromatically sound it. So be the glory, great thing he has done. If I want to play it in the D mode, be the glory. I played the D or I chromatically sounded the D because I'm coming to my 2. So anytime you are coming to your 2, you can play the flat 2 or the D chord, or you can play it in the chromatical move. So some that are very quick or so it's either you voice it this way or so when you come, then you just add the chord to it. That is it. So anytime you're coming to your 2, you can do your D to your 2, or you chromatically sound it to your 2. Chromatically, when you sound it, it is when you are standing at any point. Either you are here, you can, when you are at your 5. But when you're playing it in the D mode, D chord mode, that one, you should sound this way. So you should know the differences. Yeah. Sometimes you can voice it in the F sharp mode to your 2, but that one, it should be a quick passing. Then you come to your 4, to your 1. So apply them in songs that go to a 2. Just do your passing or your chromatic move or your D move to your 2. So this takes us to the 2 anytime you play. In key C, this is your D. So this key C, this is your D. When you come to your 2, this is your 2 in key C. We did it earlier. So when you just chromatically sound it, you come to your 2. Assuming you are at your 1, you're going to your 2, or you can play it in the D mode. So the D structure takes like the La or the sixth chord, then you just omit the middle note to, you sharpen it or you flat it. So the flat 2, then you get to a D. This in C, back to our F sharp, F, back to our F. So 2, or that is that. Thank you for following. God bless you.